times of war, even a war in which the United States is not directly involved, but particularly wars where there is such an obvious bad guy, such an obvious villain, such a terrible person like Vladimir Putin, these are times when the forces of the right in the United States and the forces of militarism in the United States seek to influence and change American politics and society. In the aftermath of the September 11th attacks, we got the Patriot Act. If you want to go back further, and much more dramatically, in the aftermath of the attacks on Pearl Harbor, the United States interred Japanese Americans. We need to be careful of that now, because as we do what we can to try to stop Putin and try to stop this war from escalating, right-wing tropes, militaristic tropes, will begin to creep into the dialogue. This is why countries need to have nuclear weapons. Therefore, this is why we need to have a heavily armed civilian population. You can see how this will sneak in from the far right and become part of the dialogue. And we have to be aware of that, and we have to defend ourselves against that. If we want to make sure that Russia fails and that Putin fails, it is essential that we strengthen American democracy and that we expand rights, particularly the right to vote, and make it accessible, equally accessible for everybody. But if we allow these right-wing tropes about the need for more weapons and more guns and more money for defense to creep in, we will be undermining that goal and, in fact, in the long run, weakening the United States, which is exactly what Vladimir Putin wants.